Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brandon. I know I've been gone for quite some time, but trust me when I tell you, sometimes you just got to take a break to help you refocus, reprioritize, things of that nature. So, with that being said, I've kind of made a content change on this channel. And don't get me wrong, tech is something that will always be a part of the channel. I recently added, as some of you know, many of you have followed me since then, that with regarding firearms, it's been a new passion of mine. But sometimes you have that old one, that one that goes all the way back to your childhood. And for me, that is bowling. If you've been following the channel, again, although I haven't posted any normal videos, you've seen some YouTube shorts that have been posted. And they are of the various bowling balls that I own. I had the pleasure of working with the guys over at TV Bowling Supply. So shout out to Chris Vi and Michael Tang for allowing me to work in the shop, giving me some experience that I had not had, kind of brought some things back to my remembrance. So shout out to them for giving me an opportunity to be a part of some of their videos on their channel, TV Bowling Supply Extra. With that being said, while I was in there, those guys were all storm staffers, obviously. So no one obviously threw Brunswick stuff. So, your track, your hammer, Brunswick, ebonite, so on and so forth. I said, you know what? I'll be the guy to throw those balls. And I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing out of the Brands of Brunswick. Now, true transparency, for many, many years, I was actually a storm staffer. So that's all I threw. I threw storm and roto grip balls. So had some, I would say some success. I'm not a regional bowler or anything like that at all, but I feel like in my hometown kind of made areas that weren't so keen on throwing storm stuff, made it okay to throw storm stuff. So proud of that. But for me personally, I wanted to try something different. Again, I was working in the shop. Those guys are storm staffers. And I said, you know what? Hey guys, I want to help grow the brand, help build the business. And just for my own personal curiosity, I want to try the Brunswick brand. So I had the opportunity to drill up the Perfect Mindset and the Ethos. Again, you can check out those two videos, or that video, because it was a 1-2 punch video, on the TV Bowling Supply Extra channel. Loved both of those balls. The Brunswick Perfect Mindset hybrid ball, HK22, good piece. The Ethos pearl piece, great 1-2 combination if you're ever looking for one of something like that. Love it so much so I actually kept the Ethos. Easily one of my favorite balls in quite some time, and I mean like years. Very, very close. There's only one other ball that I would say for sure that tops this list, but of having Brunswick balls in my hand again, this is one of my favorites, the Ethos. Needed something else. So again, I had the Perfect Mindset, love the Perfect Mindset. I forgot to bring it out, but the other ball that I have in the arsenal is that of the Track Sensor, a solid ball. It was a solid version of the Track Sensor Pearl. It came out low differential piece. I got it. I don't throw it much because I find the ball to be way stronger than advertised. I think it could be layout situation, but you know how that goes, bowlers. You know how it goes. But that's okay. It's a piece that stays in the bag because you just never know when you might need it down the road. Moving on, I drilled up Big Blue. The new blue hammer. I was leery about this ball when it first came out. No, it's not urethane, hence the not urethane commentary right there. Shout out to Brunswick's marketing, or Brunswick/Hammers marketing team. That was brilliant. And if you're in marketing and have any idea what I mean, sometimes you gotta get a little smug with it. But this ball is now one of two balls that I use right out the gate, kind of more of a benchmark type piece for me. Generally speaking, I see the guys with the, the heavy hand, the high rev rate guys bend this thing. I'm not that kind of bowler. It's never been my game. So I did find it, I was pleasantly surprised when I found out that this ball was almost too smooth going down lane. Like, it was weird, you know? But hits hard, no pun intended. Keeps pins low, which is something that I definitely noticed out of this ball more so than anything that I have. Really consistent roll, good first game piece, especially with a little bit of surface on it. The new blue hammer, can't wait to try out the black one. Hey, hammer, hook a brother up. Anyway, moving on. After getting the perfect mindset, ethos, the new blue, I needed a piece where I can get a little more inside out, get a little more shape down lane when the lane starts to break down. There were some balls that came out at the time frame that were kind of in contention. The Radical Zigzag, which that looks like definitely a great piece. The Deviate, the Violent Collision. I just like the color scheme on that one. And then there was the Track Theorem. This seemed to be the cleanest of the three from what I've seen, what I saw at the time prior to making the decision which one to go with. So shout out to Michael Tang for educating me and giving me an idea on the layout that he uses on some of his asymmetrical pieces. This is a 5x4x2 layout. So again, it puts the pin above my middle finger. CG doesn't necessarily matter, and the mass bias about 2 inches away from the thumb, center of the thumb. Really clean, really strong, angular piece. I have not touched the surface on this ball. This is one of the few balls that I haven't touched the surface on, and I don't foresee myself doing so. Normally I would, but this ball is rolling so good, I don't want to change it. So I might just drill another one, but for right now, the Track Theorem is my piece where I can get really inside out. So in fact, this past Sunday, subbed in the league, which normally has a lot of heavy volume more toward the center of the lane. Outside's a little drier, but sometimes those balls, as you bowlers know, sometimes you get a ball that hits that puddle, it don't want to do nothing, even if there is some bounce to the outside. Once I got my hand underneath the ball, yeah, it was probably I've had the best set. Now in this league they bowled 4 games, but I bowled the best set. I felt the most comfortable that I have bowled since coming back. This ball gave me that confidence to go inside out. So shout out to the team over at Track for having a really good ball. I love to see what they do off of this one because I really like it, really like it. Moving on. I had an opportunity to pick up an oldie but a goodie, and it's still in the lineup, and that is the Game Breaker 2. Now, I know the Game Breaker 2 was somewhat, quote-unquote, in the bowling world, an old ball, especially with as many balls as the overall Brunswick brand releases a year. However, the thing with this ball is more of a nostalgic thing for me. Many years ago, those of you who have been around long enough to know, you remember the V2 line. The V2 line was popular everywhere. Tour, regionals, house bowlers, regular tournament bowlers. It was just a phenomenal piece. A modified version of that ball based on the rule changes that occurred at that particular time frame. Shout out to Jason Lundquist over at Stardust Next Gen. I'll post their content or their pages and stuff like that where you can find both them and TV Bowling Supply here in the Columbus, Ohio surrounding area. He drilled this up for me. I wasn't really sure what to expect out of this. I was honestly looking for something similar to my IQ Tour Solid, which was the last Storm ball that I had. And it gives me a very similar look, but a little stronger back end wise. And that's just for me. Some people may disagree, but that's how I feel. Some people compared it to a Phase 2. I never threw the Phase 2, so I can't personally compare that. But for me, my most versatile ball was my IQ Tour Solid, and I easily foresee this thing being the same way. Out of box surface, I haven't changed anything. I was able to play inside where other individuals weren't, especially again playing with that puddle. At the time, I really didn't have anything I could do that with. This ball so far has showed itself to be somewhat legit. So I'm looking forward to throwing this some more, probably in a couple tournaments here later on in the year, and more than likely probably drilling like a pin down version of this. We'll see how that goes. So GB2. And last, haven't even thrown a game on it, is because I really liked my blue hammer so much, and I'm really considering another hammer piece. I'll talk about that in a quick second. I really wanted something based on numbers, cover stock combinations, to kind of round out my bag some more. And a ball that I know to a lot, it's older. The line has been around for quite some time, which is the Vibe series. This is the Radioactive Vibe, the one that has that solid HK22 additive polished cover stock. Interesting combination. Again, your high RG, high differential, medium high differential with a solid cover. I'm looking forward to see how this is going to fit, but I did decide to do something a little different to kind of compensate for the fact that it is a solid cover stock. I did a pin down layout on this piece, nothing too crazy. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one go down the lane, possibly shoot a little bit of video when I get a chance to see what this is like, and if it's still something that you may want to take a look at in your bag. A lot of folks, get caught up on the fact that, oh, I gotta have the latest and greatest. No, you don't. You don't. Just because a ball has come out maybe 7 months ago, 8 months ago, does not mean it's not valid anymore. Manufacturers pull out a lot of equipment to make sure that people can get something that they want. These balls technically are older, oddly enough, but they're still good. Again, Brunswick, hammer, track, high. Couple pieces that I'm looking at to kind of round out the bag. The recently released Breakaway. That ball looks very interesting as well. I've never owned a Radical piece before, but that really strong symmetrical piece with that polished HK22 cover stock, similar to what you have from what I'm gathering in the Vibe, looks like something I would definitely like to see in my hand more for tournaments versus maybe house bowling. The other ball, I have seen it many times from a variety of bowling styles, and that is the I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart, my bad. The Hammer Extreme Envy. Oh my lord, that ball looks absolutely amazing. I really want one. I would really like to try one. Hammer Brunswick, folks. Hi. I really would like to try that piece. And then probably the last piece that I could genuinely see myself punching up, again, more or less thinking of like regional tournament, short pattern type situations to kind of complement. Maybe I might drill up another blue, but I definitely want to try a true urethane piece. And since the regional tour, you can't throw the purple hammer, you can throw the black one. I'm not a staffer. Brunswick hammer. I really would like to try that. I know some folks are not necessarily, urethane fans. Hey, if it's going to give me an opportunity to score and be consistent at it and cash in tournaments, I will take it. That's just kind of how I was raised. You take a polished rock and make it work if that's what's in your hands. Hammer Brunswick, how you doing? So yeah, a little different video. I'm gonna start bringing some content on the various pieces of equipment that I get a hold of, that I will probably be throwing again in league and or in tournaments. So if this is something that you're interested in, something else that you're interested in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. A lot of you who've watched any previous videos watch a lot of my videos, but you're not subscribed. So let's fix that. Subscription is free. It don't cost you nothing. I'm not asking for no money. I ain't doing that. No Patreon, none of that. You want to support the channel, by all means, the best way, the easy way, the free way to do that is to hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, because I got my swagger back, y'all. And I'm going to dive into a sport that I genuinely love, that I can speak to from a non-biased perspective and give you my honest personal thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm B. Ross. Channel name change coming soon. I'm going to bed because I got to work tomorrow.